Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome back to another episode of the Purpose Nutrition Supplement Education Series. Today, we're going to go through everything to do with branched chain amino acids, or essential amino acids. BCAAs, EAAs, whatever you want to call them, they're all the same. This is what we're going to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed what we talked about last week with caffeine, and now we're going to roll into some more products. So guys, I've got two awesome brands here. So we've got the JDN Sports, and we've also got our Evagen Amino Inject. So guys, amino acids, branched chain amino acids, what are they? So amino acids are technically what we form as the building blocks to protein cells in the body. So our body does require, and it also does make amino acids constantly throughout the day. Now, branched chain amino acids, picture that is simply the banner and the housing name of what we form non-essential amino acids and essential amino acids. So we've got two compounds of amino acids which form the branched chain amino acid name, if that makes sense. So simply break it down into two slots. NAA, which is our non-essential amino acid, is simply amino acids that are already reproducing in the body naturally, and these are what we don't necessarily require or need any more additives through the use of supplementation. Now, the opposing side of that is essential amino acids, EAAs. EAAs are probably one of the most fundamental supplements in the use of protein powders, in the use of BCAA components, or even in our food. That is a huge essential requirement. That's why it's called essential amino acids. So essential amino acids are what the body does not already produce. So it means that we need these essential amino acids for the purpose of immunity, in the purpose of muscle mass retention, in the purpose for endurance, cognitive function. So these essential amino acids are super important for key roles of all around the body, and each amino acid serves different purposes and different properties. But to combine the 9 essential amino acids together, that is simply what we require because our body doesn't make it. So we require these either via a nutritional food source, or alternatively we can look at supplementation to aid or assist in increasing the amino acids that we get. Now, these are two awesome brands. So we're going to pretty much run you through the use of a BCA to an essential amino acid blend. So guys, a BCA, so like these guys here, Amino Inject, this is a BCA blend. So most BCA blends will be 0 calorie. They will generally make up to roughly about 5 to 10 grams of protein just through the dosage of the amino acids. Now in this as well, guys, most BCAA blends will contain 1 or 2 to 3 essential amino acids, and the rest will be generally non-essential amino acids in there. So the biggest compounds that you'll see in a BCA blend would generally be your isoleucine, leucine, valine, being your key players. Now, what is also going to be included into your Amino Inject or any other BCA blend would typically be an electrolyte blend. So guys, in the Amino Inject here that we've got today, the electrolyte blend is sodium, potassium, potassium dicarbonate, and then they've also got, what else is in there? Magnesium phosphate in there as well as a third matrix to that. Some will also contain some black pepper in there. It's generally quite rare, but there is a few more ingredients that are generally tossed in, whether it's a pump ingredient, a vasodilator, or just another form of amino acid in these blends. Alternatively to that, you also do come with an essential amino acid blend. So the Amino Shred here by JDN is an essential amino acid blend, but it also does have a matrix of a shred property in there. So when I talk about a shred property, generally you'll find that it will have some caffeine and some metabolic adaptation enhancers. So it won't responsibly burn your body fat, however it will assist in the metabolic adaptations that it leads to weight loss, which is why it's called Amino Shred. So in an essential amino acid blend, what you want to look for is the key 9 essential amino acids that contain 9 with the L dash and the amino name. So it might be L dash tyrosine, L dash theanine, L dash isoleucine, or L dash leucine. So you've got all different compound names of amino acids, but you want to see a blend of 9 essential amino acids in an essential amino acid, obviously matrix as such. Now the difference between choosing a 9 essential amino acid to a normal BCA blend, utilizing an essential amino acid is purely, well, I would purely use that for enhancement of muscle tissue and performance intra-workout. And obviously because we require the 9 essential amino acids in the body, using that is obviously going to make sure that we replenish those 9 essential amino acids throughout the day. But typically you're going to use them intra-workout to fuel your performance, but most importantly, activate your protein synthesis post-workout. Now, leucine in the form of protein powder and also in the form of our aminos, or amino blends, that is the key amino acid that is responsible for initiating and activating our protein synthesis, the muscle protein synthesis, which is MPS. You guys may have heard of it, may have seen it. So these guys have a crucial role. However, they are not the be-all and end-all in the game, guys. So BCAAs have copped a lot of hate in the industry, and it's simply because people didn't quite understand what the use of a BCAA to an EAA is, or why did we even have them. Now, by all means, you do not need these, but you can effectively use these in a smart way if you are lacking in your protein intake, if you are training quite vigorously for long durations, or if you want to just increase your electrolytes as well. Now, amino acids are perfect if you're containing the 9 essential amino acids for muscle synthesis, and that's what we generally use them for. However, if your diet lacks, so if you're vegan, plant-based, vegetarian, anything like that, or even keto, you can use these blends without taking yourselves out of that, and you will get a full blend of your essential amino acids. Now, the reason why they got hate is because people didn't understand why we had them, because you can extract these amino acids from food. Yes, you can. However, the dosage that is generally in the amino acids, if you were to get the same equivalent dosage that's in amino acid, if the label is as it reads, you would have to eat a lot of natural and pure ingredients. So if you're plant-based especially, or vegan, vegetarian, or ketosis, whatever, you're going to have to abstract a lot of natural food. So if we're mainly on the plant-based side, if you're eating meat, you're generally going to get a fair bit of amino acids from the meat side. But if we're looking at plant-based micronutrient uptakes, the amino acids that are actually in the plant-based diet, you will have to eat, almost 3 kilos of uncooked brown rice to get the equivalent amount of amino acids of leucine in here, just to initiate your muscle protein synthesis. Now, obviously, if you spread that out over a day, you might be hitting some targets, but typically you're going to be deficient in a lot of other amino acid profiles. And the biggest problem with consumers is consumers don't have the fundamental nutrition knowledge to aid them in reaching their micronutrient uptakes, and a lot of coaches don't look at that either. So utilizing an amino acid blend will just ensure that you do tick over that number, and you can rest assured that you're not always going to be in a deficit, or leaving anything on the table. But yet again, like I said, these guys are the be-all and end-all. The nutrition is. So you want to learn as much as you can with the nutrition. I personally, I master my nutrition. I still use an essential amino acid blend into my workout. I use it in a combination with carbohydrates. It's extremely effective for reducing fatty acid oxidation. It's extremely useful for also my replenishment post-workout. The BCAA, or essential amino acid that I use intra-workout, also contains coconut anhydrous powder for its hydration, rather than a potassium, magnesium, and phosphate blend. However, whatever blend you choose to use, that's up to you, but coconut anhydrous is one of my favorite to use intra-workout, and that's how I use it. So guys, they do have a place in the industry. You just need to know what you're going to use. If you're looking for muscle mass retention and you're aiding what the diet isn't doing, essential amino acids is the way to go. BCAAs, I personally don't have a great place for them. If you just want to tick over your leucine for muscle protein synthesis post-workout, make sure you got this dose of the clinical dose of 2.7 grams. You can also look at adding some glutamine in there for gut health as well, recovery, and you have an electrolyte blend in there. The BCAAs, you can drink it, throughout the day if you want, but the biggest window for these are intra-workout or around your workout period. But for muscle mass, what the diet doesn't do, you want to be looking for those non-essential amino acids. All right, guys, have a killer one. We'll chat soon.